Tell us something about how you started your musical journey, and especially tell us about how you learned sound engineering and about its technical parts. I mean, what one needs to learn for sound. I got into music. Why did I get into music? I had always wanted to become a film director up until I realized it takes a lot of money to become a film director or to do films and be in that scene and stuff. And it also takes a lot of money to get into SRFTI. Those were the things I realized after doing my ICSE, or just about before ICSE, I think. Then my second favorite ambition was to become a journalist, and I'll do music on the side. Then I decided to become a musician fully, I think, after ICSE. I loved music always. My mom listened to Rabindra Sangeet all day. I was brought up on a healthy diet of Nachiketa and Anjan somehow, because my mom's friends from JU were all fans of those people. Even though my mom did not like those artists themselves, she thought, but I guess this is the music of the next generation, so I'll just have my son listen to those cool people as well. That's how I got introduced to them. For some reason, she didn't introduce me to Kobi Shuman, and I'm really grateful, because even after growing up, I don't really like Kobi Shuman because his music is not that musically rich. Some of it is really good stuff, but it's mainly I think, message based. But Nachiketa has different kinds of various diverse fun arrangements. Anjan Datta was very, very different from whatever else was happening in Bengal back then. And then I go to study in a convent school. A whole other world opens up to me. And then the Bangla rock revolution happens. Obviously, people in Bengal know what I'm talking about. I'm mainly describing it to the people outside Bengal as well. Then I took up guitar in class 9, specifically to join Cactus. It was my dream that one day I'll play in Cactus. And coincidentally, I used to go to Cactus's vocalist's house, Shiduda, once or twice in a month, just to hang out as fanboys with the vocalist of my then band. And then coincidentally, right after I bought the guitar, I never got a chance to visit his house again. Just as a time nahi hua. I couldn't even show him my guitar and stuff. So then the Fossils 2 album was pushing the envelope so hard that everyone sort of sat up and thought differently about music and making music, and decided, no man, what the hell is this? How about we also make something like this? And Fossils 2, since it had the heaviest song of all time in that album, Acid, everyone started to listening to heavy music because of that. At the same time, Linkin Park comes into the scene. So I become a guitarist in a metal band up until 2013. In 2011 or 12, I start learning sound engineering, which I found really interesting when my band went to the guitarist of What Escapes Me, Shayan Ghosh, to do a demo recording of our band. I found the procedure really fascinating. So I started learning sound engineering from Ritobroto. He's, I think, one of the three best sound engineers in Eastern India, along with What Escapes Me is guitarist, and someone called Shubham Moitro, who also works regularly in Tollywood, is the guitarist of the band Chronic Zone. And Shayanda of What Escapes Me is also the live sound engineer for Shomlata. He has done many arrangements and production for Shomlata as well. Some of the best songs by Shomlata were mixed and produced by him. So I learned sound engineering from him, like a tuition on weekends. Okay, I learned sound engineering from him for 2 years. In 2016, I got into music arrangement and stuff. Before that, I was just planning to be a mix engineer. Bands will record with me. I'll set up the tones and mix it and stuff. So your second part of the question is more interesting. What one needs to learn for sound? Bass or an interest in physics is an extra benefit, I think. I was not allowed to study science in my ISC classes because I sucked really hard at chemistry, but I really liked physics. So whatever love I had for physics, that came into help when I started learning sound engineering a little. But you need to learn how sound operates, reacts. What's the difference between audio and sound? Okay, how sound travels, etc. Those kinds of things are necessary. Why mix a song? Because let's say you have one bucket and you need to fill 10 people inside the bucket. Okay, but there's place only for, let's say, 2 people. So you need to chop off the hands of some guys, chop off the head of some guys, chop off the legs of some guys, and fit all of them here. So mixing is like that. You can't keep every instrument that you can hear in equal volume. Okay, nor can you just control the volume and your work is done. No, you'll have to highlight some frequencies from some instruments and ignore some frequencies from some instruments, because not all frequencies of all instruments are important in a song, really. So those kinds of stuff. That's sound engineering.